The world's greatest stretch. Such a bold claim. What could be a world's greatest stretch? What makes it the world's greatest stretch? Well, how in the heck do you do the world's greatest stretch? That is everything that I am about to go over with you in this video. First of all, a lot of stretches are passive, meaning you just hang out there and you stretch. You're elongating the muscles and that's about it. There's no balance, there's no coordination that you're working on. The difference between a passive stretch, just bending over, let me touch my toes here, versus something like the world's greatest stretch is that when you're in something like this split position, this staggered position right here, you have to balance and use a little bit of coordination. I'm about to fall this way. I'm about to fall this way. So my muscles are a little bit engaged. And when the muscles are slightly engaged for balance purposes and you're doing some elongation, taking it into a stretched position, you're going to get faster gains and you're going to get longer lasting gains in mobility. And that leads us to step one of the world's greatest stretch. We are in a split position, a staggered position. You can start off with one knee on the floor and then have the other leg forward. So I've got my left leg forward, I've got my right knee back. And I will let you know there are different variations and subtle tweaks. So if you watch different videos, you're gonna find different things. There's not the right way or the wrong way. There's just different ideas, ways to get things at different angles. But that being said, we're in this stagger step position. I'm gonna show you the first way and then some options that you could add on if you wanted to. So when I'm in this stagger step position right here, when I push this hip forward, I'm getting my hip flexor on this side. On the opposite side, I'm also getting the backs of my hip. I'm even getting the hamstrings, especially if I do more of a position like this here. I'm gonna be able to get the hamstrings more. I could even pull my toes this way and get more in the calves and what they call this posterior chain right here. Now, when we make it the world's greatest stretch, what we're going to do is, in addition to getting the backs of one side of the hips, the front of the other side of the hips, we are going to add a twist, a rotation to get spine stretches, spine rotation stretches. I'm getting through the shoulders and on both sides right in through here. I can even get the neck if I look up and follow my hand here. I could even try to reach for the ceiling, and why not do some breaths in and out with this right here. Now you will notice I did pick up my knee. So here's one of the options. For some people, maybe that knee stays down. Maybe that's enough for you. For other people, if that's a little too easy and you want to add a little bit more of the hip flexor stretch, what you can do is pick that knee up and almost sink down into the hip. So it wouldn't be necessarily here, it would be here, sinking down. And again, I'll show you the rotation in through there. Now you might also notice I am on my fist here. That's just my personal preference. You could have just a flat hand here. So I'm showing you on the other side now. I am pushing through this hip here. Nice stretch in what are called some hip flexors. You might hear it called the psoas muscles, stretching the backs of the hips here. And following that up, I'm getting my twist stretch through the spine. Maybe I reach for the ceiling, getting my shoulders and breathing. And then another option, some people will take through here and they'll actually reach their hands this way. How much can I get this way? Now I'm stretching and twisting in the opposite direction, getting the backs of this shoulder in here. And now let's make it a little bit more dynamic, which is actively moving through this. What we can do is go back and forth through this right here. And that is what is called the world's greatest stretch. Now, you might be thinking, well, how many times should I do that? How long should I hold it? Again, these are different options. It's something to play with. You might take it into that twist position and hold a few breaths in and out, do that on each side, or you might want to make it more of a mobility drill, dynamic movements, where I showed you you're moving back and forth in through that. There are advantages to both of those. There's not a this is the right way and this is the wrong way. I am all about body exploration. play with both. Maybe do a little bit of both in through there. And this can be a great way to warm up. So maybe it's before an exercise routine, before you're about to start your day's work. But it's also a great cool down after your exercise routine, after your run or something like that. So it can be used either way. And then going back to the reps, the sets, how many breaths? Usually if you hold 2 or 3 breaths on one side, 2 or 3 breaths on the other side, and then maybe take it 6 or 7 times through and then back up and do that on each side, that's for most people going to warm you up pretty well, and you're going to feel pretty good after that. So hopefully you got something out of this video. If you like it, give us the thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to our channel, and then if you have any comments, leave them below.